Okay, the first question is the cork oak has the thickest bark of any living tree. Now let's mark the keywords. The keywords are the cork oak and the thickest bark. Now let's see the passage. Okay, so in paragraph B, I can see the word thickness. Now let's read this paragraph. They say that, and the cork oak itself is an extraordinary tree. Its bark grows up to 20 centimeter in thickness, insulating the tree like a coat wrapped around the trunk. So basically, the information that has been provided to us is about the cork oak, and the information is about how much this cork oak grows in thickness. Okay, that they are talking about the process of growing. So let us see the passage. Okay, so the passage provides the information about how much growth happens in the cork. Okay, so this is just a basic information about the oak. They are talking about this particular tree, the features of the tree. Okay, and the question given to us. So the question that has been given to us, that the cork oak has the thickest bark. That means they are actually comparing this cork oak with other trees. So in the passage there are no such names of the other trees mentioned. Okay, they are only talking about the characteristics of this particular tree itself. So thickest means comparing with other trees. Now they would have mentioned that there are 3-4 other trees, and out of those trees this particular tree has the thickest bark. So I cannot see any such information, so I cannot see any such comparison given to us in the passage. So according to me, the answer is going to be not given. Okay, so now let's look at the next question. The next question is, scientists have developed a synthetic cork with the same cellular structure as the natural cork. Means scientists have actually developed a same type of a cork. Okay, now the keywords here are scientists. They have developed synthetic cork and the same cellular structure. Means scientists can make a cork with the same cellular structure or with the same types of cells. Okay, now let's see the passage. Now just in paragraph B, just below where we find the information regarding the thickness, I can see the words particular cellular structure. Okay, now first of all they are saying that the cork oak has a particular cellular structure. Now what does this mean, particular cellular structure? Now this means that this cork has a special type of a cellular structure. Okay, now let's proceed further. With about 40 million cells, okay, that technology has never succeeded in replicating. Now this is important. Okay, now let's see. The technology means science and replicate means to copy. That means science has never succeeded, that science has never been able to copy such a cellular structure. Okay, that science has never been able to make the same type of a cork with the same cellular structure. Okay, now the question that has been given to us is that scientists have developed a synthetic cork with the same structure. Synthetic means man-made cork. That means scientists can make the same type of a cork. Okay, so both the sentences contradict each other. So the answer is going to be false. So the contradictory, when two sentences contradict each other, then the answer is false. Now let's look at the next question. The next question is, individual cork oak trees must be left for 25 years between the first and the second harvest. Let's mark the keywords. Left for 25 years between first and second harvest. Okay, so cork must be kept for about 25 years between first and second harvest. Now in the passage Okay, in the paragraph D, I can find the word 25 years. Now let's see the information that has been provided to us. Now they have mentioned that from planting of a cork sapling to the first harvest takes 25 years. Okay, and a gap of approximately a decade must separate harvests from an individual tree. Now let's try to understand what they are saying. Okay, so from planting to the first harvest means when we plant a tree till we harvest it for the first time, that takes 25 years, and not the between the first and the second harvest. In further lines, they have mentioned that a gap of approximately a decade must separate harvests. That means separate harvests means between two different harvests. That is, we can say the first and the second harvest, or it can also even be third or fourth harvest. So between those, the time period should be a decade or 10 years. Okay. So the information again contradicts with the passage. The question is about that the cork must be left for 25 years between first and second. Now we can see that 25 years is between the first time it has been harvested. So the answer is going to be false. Now let's look at the next question. The next question is that the cork bark should be stripped in dry atmospheric conditions. Now let's mark the keywords here. The keywords are stripped and dry atmospheric conditions. Now stripped means removed. So the question means that the removal of the bark should be done in dry atmospheric conditions, or the air should be dry. Now let's see the passage. Now in that same passage, I can see the word stripped. Now here it is mentioned that if the bark is stripped, when the air is damp, the tree will be damaged. Damp means wet. So if the air is wet, then the tree will be damaged. So it is obvious that the stripping should be done in dry conditions. Okay. Now let's look at the question. In the question also, it is mentioned that the cork bark should be stripped in dry atmospheric conditions. So same thing is mentioned in the passage as well. So the answer is going to be true. Okay, now let's look at the next question. The next question is, the only way to remove the bark from cork oak trees is by hand. The way to remove the bark. Okay, now let's mark the keywords here. The keywords are way to remove and by hand. Now way to remove means the method of removal. Now let's see the passage. Now in the passage E, I can see the words means of stripping cork bark. Now means of stripping also means the methods of stripping. Stripping means removal. Now let's see what have they mentioned. They have mentioned that no mechanical means of stripping cork bark has been invented. So the job is done by teams or highly skilled workers. Now let's try to understand what they're trying to say. Now no mechanical means of stripping. This means that no machines have been invented. Okay, mechanical means no machines have been invented to do this kind of a work. And further, they have also mentioned that the job is done by teams of highly skilled workers. That means the workers do the work. So workers will definitely do the work with the use of their hands. The workers are going to use their hands to do the work. That means the method of doing the removal of the bark is by hands, because no machine has been invented. If we see the question also say that the only way to remove is by hand. Now it's going to be the only way to remove only because there are no machines available. So this is also the same thing is mentioned in the passage as well. So the information matches. So the answer is going to be true. Okay, so this was all about the true and false that I have discussed. And You must note that most of the answers are in sequence, like you found the first answer in the A paragraph, and just below that you found the next answer. And you must look for synonyms in the passage. Okay, most of the time the synonyms are being used. For example, for removal, the word stripping was used, and also the word replicate was used in the passage. So do like and subscribe for more such videos, and I'll be sharing more readings with